It's been a while since I recorded a video about block review, and I wanted to get into a few points, mainly to be able to spread this video to other tech reviewers that I see around the web that maybe are not working with a brand or working on themselves, just building up their YouTube channel, trying to get some of that Adsense, Google Juice money. And so I thought I would do a bit of an overview of why blockchain, why Steem, and more to do with the projects that I'm supporting on the Steem blockchain, mainly one of them called Steem Hunt, which is a DApp, a decentralized application on top of Steem blockchain, and why I think that brand advocates who are trying to do like tech review shows should probably look at crypto. And I'm going to step through a number of little tabs, hopefully building a story up for you as I go, so that you can understand crypto a little bit better, blockchain a little bit better, and kind of decouple yourself away from the Google ecosystem in terms of waiting to get that kind of payout, having to adapt to their algorithms to get what you want out of it, which is ultimately lots of followers, lots of subscribers, lots of engagers, and ultimately payment for doing so. So I kind of want to tell you a little bit about Steem Hunt, but I'll go through it quite quickly because you can do your own research on this. So a couple of years back, the big noise in crypto was ICOs. A lot of people lost a lot of money. 95% of those ICOs were scams. And in the early 2018, we started to see, or should I say late 2018, start of this year, we started to see alternative ways of raising money. And one of those is IEOs, the initial exchange offering. And successfully, Steem Hunt, which is a decentralized app running on top of the Steem blockchain, so it has Steem delegation. That means that somebody has given it Steem power to be able to incentivize its community, its users. So think of YouTube and Adsense, the way that that works. However, it works a little bit differently, and that's the reason why I want to show you this as a decentralized app compared to a centralized app like YouTube. So all the IEOs are done, which basically means all the exchanges are based in South Korea, so IDCM, Probit, and Daybit. They all sold out within a short space of time, from like 11 seconds all the way up to like 14 minutes. All of them sold out though. That's a very important thing to say on there. They've raised a bunch of money from this initial exchange offering. So they exchanged Hunt tokens, which are a currency inside of this ecosystem that allows you to do certain functionality. And I'm going to get into why sitting and hodling or saving and storing of these tokens is very important, not for today, but maybe 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now. And I'm going to add to this story in terms of Article 13 and things that are happening on YouTube and have been for a while, and we're starting to see this kind of, you know, content guidelines things happening on YouTube where people are getting striked off because of content issues. So that's really cool for Steem Hunt. They've proved that their token is a worthwhile token. People want to buy into it. People want to spend actual money on this. The token price, don't be fooled by the token price being 0.02. It had to have some kind of price, and it's better than zero. So this is what Steem Hunt looks like. It is a product hunting site, a bit like Product Hunt, but you get paid in Hunt tokens, or you can get paid in Steem upvotes or SBD, just by submitting your favorite product services. Now, bear in mind that if we go over here to Hall of Fame, if we look at everything for all time, pretty much 55,000 products have been submitted to Steem Hunt, raising $177,000. Right, so you're gonna be in some of the things that you might hunt might have already been duplicated, might be already there, but I would say hold in there, because it's a really good way of acquiring Steem and Hunt tokens without any outlay. You don't have to put any fiat into it. You can just do this so many times a day and raise a little bit of Hunt tokens and Steem and get to know the community there as well. So why am I talking about it now? Well, this is part one, 25-30% of a roadmap that Steem Hunt is stepping through. So if you go to token.steemhunt.com, there's 3 verticals or 3 applications that they're running, which makes up a bigger ecosystem. And it's very important that you see Steem Hunt as only a third of that ecosystem, right? So if you've looked at Steem Hunt and you think that's not for me, or the content on there is not of a quality that you expect, this is only part of the equation, right? This is only part of the ecosystem. So the next part of the ecosystem is Review Hunt, which is a marketing channel where makers suggest bounty missions for early adopters. Now, this is huge because instead of it being focused on just one brand advocate, so for instance, Casey Neistat, one of the biggest vloggers of the world, 11 million subscribers, done 1,000 videos, very well known, very well respected filmographer, video blogger, has built various companies, sold them out, got a little studio. A lot of people imitate Casey with his trip hop videos and everything else. He's got a business relationship with with Samsung, so he gets sent all the latest gear from them. And I'm sure Casey has a price for brands for them to work together with him because of his reach, because of his ability to reach out a bunch of people. He doesn't normally just do unboxings and reviews just for money. He kind of like plays the game a little bit. But there is things happening in the ecosystem. We have Article 13, especially in Europe, that's coming up, which is a new copyright plan. So this is kind of sparking controversy in terms of the regulations inside of the documentations as to what you can do with your content. And it's having a ripple effect through YouTube, which is predominantly probably the second biggest search engine in the world. And a lot of people have made shows there. A lot of people have been doing shows for the last 3 or 4 years and got quite used to the ad revenue from Adsense for the content they put out. But things are rapidly starting to change, especially in the EU. Maybe not in America so much, but it starts in one place and then starts to spread elsewhere. And marketers and people who look after the strategies and the budgets of these things are going to start looking at different avenues. So if you do a search on YouTube, there is a lot of people who are doing tech reviews, right? And some of them are not getting a massive amount of views. So some of these ones at the top obviously are big because they've been around for years. Linus Tech Tips, Marcus Brownlee, Unboxing Therapy. But there's also like this guy here, the Tech Chap, 33k views, 6.9k views. These ones are big ones, the million views, because it's showing the filter of the people that I follow. But my point is, there's lots of people out there reviewing stuff around the world and not necessarily getting that much, probably less than 20-30 bucks a month from Adsense, because of either their content's not of a certain quality, it's not getting a certain enough reach, or they've just not played the algorithm game that Google wants you to do. So it got me thinking of how can I, after a year of being a mod on the Steem Hunt platform, how can I take some of this and build a kind of DApp that works around what they're trying to do next with the Review Hunt, the marketing channel, because that's kind of an interest to me. So I set up a thing called Block Review, and this came about really from watching CES at the start of the year. So CES happens in Vegas. It's early January. It's when a lot of product makers get together in Vegas to show off their latest wares for the year. And it made me realize that there's proper teams that go there to cover these events, but it's the same people every year. It's the same people, same kind of reviewing, and they kind of often miss out of bits of the review that I really would like. Like, I really want to know the sustainable side of things, the dust to dust ratio, like what is it better than, you know, where are you sourcing all the parts for it? There's not, I would like to see some fresh people. And so one of the things with that is that I end up watching those videos and then feeling like I have to go and research elsewhere. So I'm going to have a look through Reddit, or I'll go through Quora or somewhere else to actually make up a better like idea of a review. So I had this idea because of Steem Hunt, and it influenced my decision making, that we could probably make a decentralized brand advocate network that is powered by a token, be it a Hunt token, be it Steem. And the idea behind that is that we build 100 strong group of video bloggers, tech reviewers from all around the world, from all different nations, from all different backgrounds, that can do a review on a product. And it just fits perfectly in what Review Hunt wants to do next, which is this marketing channel where makers, so the actual makers of the product, suggest bounties so that people can review those products. And so I'm trying to build up a database of people around the world who have spent money on equipment, green screen, lighting, everything, because they love technology, love hardware. They might have got into it because they see other people doing it on YouTube and want to make a bit of money, and have found it really, really difficult to break into that market. And I think this is just a really nice way to go, because crypto's not going anywhere. People are going to end up at some point wanting to spend crypto in a variety of different channels. And tokenization is where a lot of the digital assets or assets in the world are going to go into, I think. You can look at art installations in New York are already starting to tokenize all of their art displays. So it got me thinking with Steem. Most people looking in at Steem will see Steem right now at rank 50, right? So it's not just barely in the top 50 of cryptocurrencies out there in the world. There's 2,000 odd cryptocurrencies and we're number 50, which is something, I guess. But the price of it looks terrible, right? It's 0.47, so it's like 50 cents. So it doesn't look attractive on the outside looking in. You know, you might as well stay with your YouTube hustle and just keep on doing that. What I'm trying to suggest with this is that there is not just a revenue to be made here, but also probably a better community than you can foster on YouTube. And so to reinforce that, I want to show you a bit of data here today. So here's steamapps.com. You can see there's 15,000 active users here, 431 daily transactions on the blockchain, and $235,000 of volume on a daily basis spread out across these 77 apps. Now, you probably don't even realize that looking at Steem, which is in position 50, has all of these apps, but all of these are running on top of the Steem blockchain, and there's 15,000 people interacting in these different parts of the chain every day. So there's a marketplace for you here. Not only is there a marketplace for you as a content creator to earn Steem or to earn tokens from any of these little dApps in the ecosystem, but if you wanted to, you could also bring your whole show over to the Steem blockchain. And so I want to give you a couple of examples of applications that you might already play that also exist on the Steem blockchain, just to inspire you to maybe take a look at this. So one of them, which is incredibly successful, is Drug Wars. You can see at the top of the chart here, 7,700 users a day, 156,000 transactions, and although the volume on the Steem is quite low right now because a lot of people who got in early have spent quite a lot of money and not leveling up anymore, the volume of users playing is still there on a daily basis. Now bear in mind that Drug Wars came out of a month-long development. 1 month of intensive development, and it raised a hell of a lot of money in a short space of time. So if I do like monthly on this, you can see that, let me go down a little bit, probably if we went back another month, but even on 30 days, 23,000 Steem. That's dropped by 90%, so you can see how much it was. It's dropped off because people have spent a lot of money on that that blockchain app, but 4 million transactions in 30 days. That's got activity out there. So there's things like Drug Wars, which is you can play on the Steem blockchain. This also integrates with Obyte, which is Byteball, which is another blockchain, to do its token provision, which is really interesting that Steemit is joining with another blockchain and using their service to provide the token inside of the game. We have Partico, which is a way into the Steem blockchain mobile. So if you're always on your mobile phone, or if you're a live streamer or your YouTube creator, you might not have time to switch and look at another network or another website. I understand that. Partico might be a better way into the Steem blockchain. We have front ends like Busy, which is another front end into the Steem blockchain, so you can see the blockchain in a different way. And then we have things like ActiveFit for exercising. So these last 4 apps specifically are probably ways for you to get into the Steem blockchain and understand the power of it. But my point with all of this is that I'm rapidly looking for people to onboard into Block Review, because when Review Hunt turns up, then being able to tender, if you like, to businesses who might want to promote their products on there. So for instance, I've worked with agencies before, even 1,000 Heads and Crayon in New York City on a Verizon project, sorry, VeriSign project. These people are looking for ways to get content for their strategy. So they may have a brand that says, hey, we want to be known for this drone. So what the strategy for the brand will do is they'll go out and cherry pick tech reviewers who love that specific thing. So it might be a drone, so that they might go and look for drone operators or people who have drone channels. Reach out to them and say, would you be interested in doing a campaign through us? They aggregate all of that content in, and then they take the take away powerful bits of each one of those bits of content, and then they probably make another blog post around those takeaway parts and then deliver that back to the brand. So what I'm saying is that we are in a position with decentralization and the hunt tokens and Steem to be able to do that without the middleman. So if you are a content maker, you can hodl some Steem, hodl some hunt tokens, and kind of create your own destiny with this stuff. So if you see a hunt empowered post on Review Hunt, you can use some of your hunt tokens, or sorry, get paid in some hunt tokens for actually providing a review. So imagine being able to go to CES, up to a stand at CES, speak to somebody there and say, how would you like access to 100 tech reviewers today? You just have to have these hunt tokens. You don't necessarily have to pay money across borders. They don't have to get accounting involved. They can just take a slice of budget, invest it through an exchange, which has obviously all the details are all business like, and it means it might be able to do some kind of tax write-off with the securities of the tokens that you buy, and that money, or that value, if you like, stays in the ecosystem. So people are trading back and forth this value of, I need a tech review, they sell some product. If they sell some product because of the reviews, making strategy across social media using those reviews, then more people are going to see it, more people buy it. That means they can then increase their budget next time for their next version 2 of that product. So instead of it just got all the money going to people like Casey Neistat or the top 10 video bloggers of the moment because of the size of their network, yes, he might be selling product, but they might be also missing out on selling product to people in other countries. And so I'm intrigued by that. I'm intrigued as to see where that might go if we remove some of those bottlenecks, like the middleman. And that's it really. I just wanted to do a little post about it. If you're interested in being part of this, all you need to do is go to block-review.com, add yourself to the map at the top. It just puts a little graphic as to where you are. I'm going to add something to this where I can reach out to people, maybe a little follow me on Twitter or a little type form or something, and then I'll reach out to the people as we onboard them and give you a bit of tutorial about Steem Hunt. I've got a little course on Skillshare, and then we can move on from there.
Drifting slowly into an empty space where I can go. I'm just a